This is the flowerhorn breeding project part number 3. The last part, that is part number 2, I showed you a male and female. It was about to breed. I was telling you that it was about to lay the eggs. Soon it will get fertilized and 1 or 2 days we may get the young ones. That time the same pair laid the egg and it got fertilized. Now I am going to show you the live young ones, just 1 day old babies. You can clearly see they are just crawling in the bottom of the tank. They are so tiny. That's why I have zoomed the babies. You can clearly observe all the babies are laying at the bottom of the tank. In 1 or 2 days they will become free swimming. Then we can start the artificial feeding program. I will tell you about all this fry rearing in the later part of the see. All the egg yolk sacs are just binding with the babies. It will get detached or absorbed by the body in 1 or 2 days. So in this part we are going to see the main and important aspect of feeding the male and female flowerhorn. A lot of people have the doubt of breeding the flowerhorn. Many think that people who live in major cities like Mumbai, Kolkata or Chennai, they get access to many type of live foods like bloodworms or the prawns, so they will be able to breed the fishes. It is not possible for us. Many people have the mindset like that. It is not like that. Wherever you are in India, wherever you are, anywhere in the world you are, you can breed the flowerhorn, provided you have to adjust with the available live food in your locality. So I am going to list out few of the food which you have to give for the male and female for the breeding process. Food what we are going to talk about is pellet feed. Pellet feed, you know, there are many types of pellet food available in the market. International and domestic products also available. We are not sure about the chemical content of the each and every pellet. We cannot go and understand what is there in each and every food. We cannot go for lab and check the quantity of chemicals incorporated for color enhancer, for growth, everything. We cannot do it. So my sincere suggestion is better to avoid the pellet food. These pellet foods are meant for grooming the flowerhorn or other cichlid from the young one to adult. So for some foods are specially made for the adult with high fiber content. So I sincerely advise you not to go for any kind of pellet food if you want to get successful in this flowerhorn breeding program. It is not like some of you have already got good results with the pellet feed. If it is happened, it is well and good. You can go ahead with the same formula, whatever you have. But generally speaking, it is not advisable. So pellet food, as per my opinion is concerned, it is sold out. Second thing what it comes to the mind is the one and only everlasting live food is the bloodworms, live bloodworms. It is the food which gets quickly digested in the fish body, and fishes also show much interest in eating these bloodworms. These bloodworms also carry some diseases. We can cure the diseases in the later stages, that is after the breeding program. If there is any occurrence of disease, we can easily cure it out. So live bloodworms is the first best source for the breeding of male and female flowerhorns. Okay, next to bloodworm, the other thing immediately what strikes in the mind is right now there are many kind of frozen bloodworms available in the market. You would have seen many posts in the social media. They are also good for breeding. Suppose if you are not getting a live bloodworms, you can access the frozen live bloodworms and you can keep it in deep freezer or refrigerator from the freezer compartment, and you can use the same for both male and female for breeding. Then comes the dry bloodworms. You would have seen some of the imported containers comes with the dry bloodworms. Never feed these dry bloodworm for the parents. Why? Because it doesn't have any nutritional value. It is only for the grooming of other varieties like gold or flowerhorn or cichlids, not for the breeding purpose. So it is better to avoid the bloodworm which is coming in the form of dry. Next comes the mealworm. You would have seen some of the earlier posts of my channel. You would have seen the mealworms, best live food for an alternative for bloodworms to flowerhorn and other type of carnivorous fish. Is a good type of live food we can give for male and female flowerhorns. So it is also carrying some diseases. So I am not saying it is a totally disease free one. It may have some of the disease, but we have to counter the disease. Then and there it comes. So similar to bloodworms, mealworms also come in the form of dry mealworms. Try to avoid the dry mealworms. Next comes the shrimps. Shrimps, we can say prawns and shrimp. Prawns are usually collected in the freshwater body. Small prawns are available in the market, live prawns. You can just cut the rostrum. Rostrum is the long part with the serrated structure in the tip. You can just cut the serrated portion and feed it to arowana and flowerhorn or other fishes also. Particularly for breeding purpose, it helps a lot. Next to live prawns, immediately comes the prawns which is edible prawns. Either it is a fresh water or marine water, you can buy it from the supermarket. You can peel it off, remove the gut, and you can just put it in boiled hot water, and you can cut into small pieces. That means you are sterilizing the prawns and you are giving the prawn as a feed to the flowerhorns. So it is also a good food. Similar to mealworms and bloodworms, these shrimps also come in the containers. Imported vacuum packed containers are also coming. Try to avoid those shrimps because they will not help much for the development of egg in the female body. So apart from these bloodworm, mealworm, then prawn, next comes the fishes. Some people used to give live fishes as a feed for flowerhorn. It is also good. You can feed guppies, mollies, or platies, small fishes which are easily captured by the fish and they can be digested. It will also promote the formation of more eggs in the female body. Next comes the earthworm. It is a very commonly occurring live food anywhere in the world. You can find lot of clumps of earthworms just beneath the coconut tree or in the banana tree. So some bloodworms you can collect and you can use it for the fishes, but these earthworms, they just eat up the mud, that is the soil. If you cut open a earthworm, you can easily see the mud accumulated inside the earthworm. It is not good for health. So if you want to give earthworm as a feeding, you can give it as a occasional food, not a regular food. If you're regularly giving earthworm as a food for flowerhorn, or particularly during the breeding process, it may clog up the vent portion. The release of the eggs will get clogged up. So it is better to avoid earthworm as a continuous live feed for the flowerhorn breeding process. Now I have told about the types of food what you can give for flowerhorn. I think it is very clear for you. Now you can source out whatever live food is available in your locality to breed the flowerhorn babies. So now I have told you about the food types. Now we have to see what are the timings we have to give. You have to give the food two types, one in the morning, one in the evening. Minimum you have to keep the two feeding timings. If you skip one or two times, it may affect the flowerhorn breeding program. So it will get frustrated and there will be some kind of aggression towards the male and female will happen. So better you give minimum 2 times feeding for flowerhorns. So I hope the part 3 of the flowerhorn breeding project is useful to you. Now you would have got good points about how to feed the flowerhorns. Usually female develops the egg and lays egg once in 15 to 20 days. It depends upon the quantity and quality of protein what you give to the flowerhorn fish. It is easy to breed flowerhorns, so don't worry, just keep on following all the pods. It may come up to 9 or 11, I don't know, till the breeding project comes, the pods may get extended. Keep following our channel, you'll get many ideas about the breeding. All the best friends, thank you.